medical records itself as rubrics. I'll show you in the next case. So what really happened in this case was, he was a kid aged around 6 years, yeah, 6 to 7 years, I think. What really happened with this case was, uh, he had started with a cough and cold. He was having fever, and this case was visiting me long way, like they stay about 30 kilometers away from me, and they had good results before in past. Therefore, they came back to me. What really happened in this case was, this kid started with cough and fever. Suddenly, after he was exposed to, you know, uh, you know uh, what he was with his father during a Kojagiri night, and he was buying all the things for the Kojagiri night, sitting in front of the Splendor on the bike, which his father was driving. He started with cough and fever, and therefore they visited the nearby doctor. He suspected that there might be some other pathological changes which might be coming up. So, after giving 2 days of say medicine, he was not better, and he was still having fever. Therefore, he was advised for having an X-ray. I'll share you the X-ray report. Yeah, see, he was 5.6 years male, uh, which the X-ray report showed subtle ill-defined opacities are seen in the left perihilar region and left upper zone, likely suggestive to pneumonitis. Okay, so this cases of pneumonia. On examination, there was no other prescribing point. I really inquired in this case, are there any changes in the generals? Are there any changes in the behavior? But there was nothing that I was able to take in and to prescribe it. So what I really did is that, I just took the things that were available with me, like the lab report, which showed that there's a region that was affected was left upper zone and left perihilar zone, and it was a case of pneumonia. Uh, so I just reported. That is what I usually do. That I report these things to the repertory, and repertory is going to give me the reports. If there are any comments, I would really like to welcome, because anything that you would like to prescribe. What I really used the logic was that, when he was traveling with his father for buying all the things for that Kojagiri Purnima function, he was exposed to cold, and he started the complaint suddenly, because by the time it was morning, he had started with a fever and also with the uh, cough. Some some comments are definitely coming in. Uh, Left upper lobe sudden complaint. Yes, a very good choice again. So I'll just go through, because I have one more case to discuss. So the medicine, it's not going through that. See, if you can see the uh, date, it is 7/10/2017, and again on the third day after the medication was given to him on the say maybe 8, because he had to visit me in the morning. So Uh, what are the facts? Facts are the incidences which can be observed by everyone and will not change with time, place, and person. So the rubrics that were taken were chest inflammation, lungs, left side. The causative modality being exposure to cold. Medicine was Econite 30 with steam inhalation and chest physiotherapy at home. The report that came up on 10th, that is after 3 days, actually 2 days after the medication, was no significant parenchymal abnormality. Suggest, that is the pneumonic patch which was there about 2 days back has been resolved. Obviously, someone is going to think that there should have been the role of antibiotics which would have played, but when he came to me on day itself, getting an X-ray. So I don't think that there was any amelioration because of the antibiotics that were given. And after the prescription of Econate itself, the case got resolved. In this case, why I chose this case for today is, when you really don't get any other thing to prescribe on, you can use the uh, lab reports itself as the prescribing points. Yes, sir. Borderlands pneumonia. Once pneumonia has actually suggested me a very good thing of, and then my next my YouTube thing is about the Borderlands pneumonia, because I have taught it in my college, and I'll be discussing about the crisis and the lysis thing. Thank you. Thank you, Vansh.
There is one thing I want to add in over there in your case. Yes, this is if you go with the Materia Medica aspect, it's very nicely mentioned in Econite. If you go with the inflammatory stages of inflammation, and this is this is the Econite. What is given in the Allen's is a very important thing. It is for the congestive stage of inflammation before the localization takes place. This has been mentioned in Allen's keynotes, and this is the way. This is at the same level your case was there. So if you understand these pathological correlation with the Materia Medica and understand remedies in that way, it makes a lot of sense. Because now time is there, I want to share that aspect with all of you, that if you consider that there is inflammation is not looking, or it is not localization which is there, and still it produces a lot of pain or lot of features, symptoms are there, but still localization is not happened, the congestive stage of a belladonna is not there. First remedy one must think of Econite. If it settles, it might be a belladonna. In this first stage, between the Econite to belladonna, I will consider the Ferrum phosphoricum in biochemic. It plays a very vital role. Then again from belladonna is the first stage of inflammation. The second stage of inflammation is the process of exudation. In belladonna, it is a congestive stage. It is like where there is a vasodilatation which happens. So if inflamed tonsils as an acute comes and tonsils are enlarged, they are red, typical picture of a belladonna. It is the first stage, congestive stage of. When it starts exuding, exudation starts, think of another remedy, that is the Calimuriaticum, second stage of inflammation. And here, in between, there are 2-3 remedies one must think. When it changes from the first stage to second stage, the Gelsemium plays a very vital role. So I used to think clinically when I enters into such pathological cases. Then from second stage to third stage, when it starts showing the pus formation, or where there is a necrosis happens and pus develops. In the earlier stage, it is definitely a Kali sulf followed by a calcarea sulf, and then a silicia. This is the inflammatory correlation, a clinical correlation between the inflammatory states and the Materia Medica. So if you have this approach should be there in the background so that you can utilize it in such types of cases. Okay, go ahead. Very good case.
Yes, sir.
Next one.
Yes, sir. A very good case in terms of see, I'm not that really good in Mathematica. That's why I see the cases in cuts and pieces. I'm not able to get it in the terms of Mathematica. That's why I'm using such type of approach. This is what I really wanted to show. Actually, I have shared the next case on our group, WhatsApp group. I don't have any slide presentation because the case is still ongoing, and I just wanted to show you how I really approached that case. So this case comes from Kolhapur. These people were residing in Kolhapur for their purpose of offices and all. They had a kid, and this female got a stroke postpartum. तो उसके बाद ये हुआ कि 8 दिन बच्चे को दूध नहीं मिला. because she was admitted. Like she got a stroke after the delivery and therefore she was admitted in an ICU. And उसके बाद ऐसा हुआ कि बच्चे को और मम्मी का कांटेक्ट नहीं रहा, तो therefore the baby was given the artificial feeds, the formula feeds. Okay, at that time what really happened, the mother and baby were separated for a very long time, say 8 to 10 days. And by the time the 10th day approached, the baby started with much of diarrhea. For that, the baby was again admitted into NICU, and things got really critical. And the baby was losing too much of mm, loose motions and all, vital fluids through loose motions and all. He was completely kept as NBN, and he was given all the nutrition, that is TPN. Total parental nutrition was advised. But still, the things didn't really get well. By the time it was already 21 days after the hospitalization, somehow they said that I go to Pune for the higher centers. So they tried to get the baby to the higher centers. By the time they had contacted me also to, sir, if you can see the case in between, so we'll be able to, it will be a great thing. So he was reduced with the antibiotics. The pediatrician spoke to me. He shared all his experiences, things about the case. So the prescription was very simple for me. It was based on the very simple logic that the baby was fed on artificial foods, and whatever the condition has to come because of the artificial foods. So the prescription was very simple for me. It was Alumina. I had already shared this case. I had already prescribed few other medicines, but they were of no help because Naxomica was given, and I think a few other medications were given, but ultimately the results that came in, we improved only on Alumina. So yeah, Sanjay is out of Alumina baby case, artificial food. Yes, this is what I had prescribed, and today he's much better after the prescription of Alumina. He's still undergoing treatment, therefore I was not able to share the case or other. It is not a good thing to share when it is still undergoing the treatment. That's all from me. That is what I really wanted to show, that there can be many points of prescription. You not go with the one biased thing, or like you are supposed to only prescribe by mentalists or only by generals, or whatever. Like what I really do in any of the case is I try to get whatever is available in the case and mold it into either rubrics, or maybe I'll try to get it from Mathematical, or maybe I'll just go through one more case actually. Uh, yeah, some logic or whatever the available things are, that I'm going to use it in the terms of repertory. Repertory helps us in that case. One more last. So can I?
Yeah,
One more
yeah,
last,
no problem.
very short case actually. Very short case. This baby girl had come to me with a complaint of a case of ear discharge, which continued for a very long time. I had given her many other things, like it was a it started with Coryza and all, but it went on uh, with the ear discharge. Uh, the ear discharge was there for a very long time, say 10 years. I was continuously checking her because I didn't want to land her up into mastoiditis, or maybe the other dreaded complication of meningitis because of photoria. So this case went on for say 10 to 12 days, and I was not really getting any results. The the baby was getting toxic, and I was really worried about this. At that time, on last say was about to give up with this case. At that time, the mother told me one thing, that doctor, there's only one change that has really happened in this last 24 hours is the smell of the ear discharge has changed. So I changed. What sort of change? it has become very offensive. It was not there. It was, the discharge was there, but it was never so offensive. So I said, describe the things. So she said, see, क्या होता ना है सुक्का बोबी, like dried fish का smell आता है इसके अंदर से. This is what she said. So what I really did is, I got in the kit again, examined, and actually smelled that case, smelled that discharge. So it was actually very fishy. So we are getting comments. Yeah, tellurium. Tellurium was not the case. If you open up, yeah, Sanjay Zadav, graphite is correct, sir, as always. Because the discharge, if you see in the year, fish brine life, okay, the discharges section of Patak repertory is fish brine life, and on that break, I gave graphite and come to a better end. Okay, this is what I really wanted to share. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me time, and thank you to all to patiently hearing. Thank you.
Yes, dear friends, there are number of practitioners over there in this session. Few things I want to discuss regarding things which he has mentioned. He has mentioned regarding different approaches which he uses in his practice. And if you are stuck with anything, you can go ahead with any other method. So it is not, you should not become fixed with any specific thing. Okay, yes, I am going to practice only with the Materia Medica, I am going to practice only with the keynotes, I am going to practice only with the temperaments or miasms, or only the mind rubrics. It's not fixed. It depends upon the situation. Whatever maybe the patient comes to you, it depends upon situation, and accordingly you have to act. So you must be thorough with different approaches from the different peoples, and this is how I have learned in my lifetime. In fact, you are lucky enough that you are getting lot of things from lot of people, and that's why you'll be able to come to good knowledge and with good confidence. I want to here just now mentioned about the Nash, and that's why I want to tell you that Nash it's a very good source book. And for the new beginners, I will always suggest that you go through the Nash, because he is the first person who has written Materia Medica according to the way the patients comes to us. So maximum number of patients in your OPD, they comes in the Nux vomica state, and that's why he has started his Materia Medica with Nux vomica. There is no alphabetical arrangement in the books. So Nux vomica, and in after Nux vomica, then he comes, which is the close remedy, which is the complementary to the Nux. And in the similar sequence, he has discussed the remedies over there. And it's very good that if you start reading, you go ahead with number of remedies, and you cannot keep that book down. So it's a very good book. One should read it again and again, so that you will gain a confidence in prescribing on the basis of Nash keynotes. Or that's why he has given the name leaders in homeopathic therapeutics. That is a good name he has mentioned over there. So we in this session we are going to share different approaches of understanding the repertory. Yesterday, Dr. Sanjay, who has already shared a lot regarding the mind Sehgal method. Sir, Turpale sir, उद्याचा सेशन तुम्ही घेत असाल तर खूप छान होईल. म्हणजे इट विल बी अ गुड बूस्ट फॉर एव्हरीवन. तुळपुळे सरांची ओळख सर्वांना आहेच आहे, तरी सुद्धा मी पुन्हा एकदा ओळख करून देतो की सरांना आज खूप, म्हणजे ही इज व्हेरी सिनियर टू मी, आणि सर आज पुण्यामध्ये प्रॅक्टिस करतात. सेहगल मेथड त्यांनी खूप छान पद्धतीने अडॉप्ट केली, आणि त्याच्यानंतर त्यांनी जी प्रॅक्टिस पुण्यामध्ये सेटल केली, आणि त्याच्याबरोबर त्यांनी सेहगल मेथड शिकवण्याचा एक आस्पेक्ट घेतला की तो कसं शिकवलं पाहिजे. म्हणजे शिकणं हा एक फॅक्टर फार महत्वाचा असतो. आणि यू विल गेट एम्पल थिंग्स इन टुमॉरो सेशन. की त्यांच्याबरोबर राहिलं म्हणजे एक शब्द, सर जे वाक्य बोलतात किंवा जो काही बोलला जातो त्या प्रत्येकाचा सेन्स सायकोलॉजिकली किंवा मेंटली किंवा इन स्टेट कसा कन्वर्ट करायचा, आणि त्याच्याकडनं रेमेडीकडे कसं जायचं, हा आस्पेक्ट त्यांच्याकडनं शिकण्यासारखा आहे खूप मोठा. So I declare it today only that tomorrow's session will be there again with the Segal's approach. सर फक्त एकच गोष्ट आहे की आपल्या ग्रुपमध्ये खूप स्टुडंट्स आहेत. म्हणजे आज 100 जण जर असतील तर 100 जणांपैकी जवळजवळ 60-70 जण स्टुडंट्स असतात आणि त्या स्टुडंट्स मध्ये पण सेकंड इयर, थर्ड इयर, फोर्थ इयरचे स्टुडंट्स आहेत. थोडस बेसिक्स त्यांना कळले तर जास्त छान होईल. म्हणजे ही माझी अपेक्षा आहे तुमच्याकडनं.
ठीक आहे, ठीक आहे. आणि किती वेळ असेल उद्या मला?
4 वाजेपर्यंत.
ओके,
तुटकच घ्यावं लागणार आहे कारण आजपासून झूमने परत ते 30 मिनिटाचे शेड्यूल दिलेत. मी 3 मीटिंग जरी अरेंज केलं तरी ते ब्रेक होऊनच आपल्याला जॉईन व्हावं लागतं.
अच्छा,
ते कंटिन्युअस नाही राहत.
चालेल.
झूम इज फिलिंग जेलस.
ते ठीक आहे परंतु
abused what?
there is no excuse alternative for us.
Right.
सगळेच बरेच जण प्रॅक्टिशनर्स या निमित्ताने आहेत सर्व. आता सर पण आहेत. सर तुम्हाला काही डिस्कस करायचं असेल 1-5 मिनिटं आपण डिस्कस करून देन
मी एकच गोष्ट सांगू इच्छितो की जसं मगाशी सिद्धू म्हणला की नथिंग इज बायस्ड ऍक्च्युली. म्हणजे वेन यू फेस अ केस, यू टेक अ केस, जसं आपण म्हणतो की एव्हरीथिंग इज फेअर इन लव्ह अँड वॉर, तसाच प्रकार मी इथे म्हणेन की जेव्हा एक केस तुम्हाला ठीक करायची असते, पेशंट बरा करायचा असतो, त्यावेळेला तो बरा करायचा असतो. तुम्ही ए अप्रोचने जा, बी अप्रोचने जा, सी अप्रोचने जा, आणि एखादा माणूस एखाद्या अप्रोचने जातोय तर तो वेडा आहे आणि बाकीचे शाणे आहेत किंवा मी शाणा आहे आणि बाकीचे वेडे आहेत असं म्हणण्याचं कोणीच काही कारण नाहीये. व्हॉट इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट फॅक्टर इज द पेशंट गेटिंग ऑल राईट. त्यामुळे असं कोणी असं मानू नका की अमुकच पद्धत बरोबर आहे, अमुक पद्धत चुकीची आहे, हे असं केल्यानेच बरोबर होतं, तसं केल्याने बरोबर होत नाही, असं काही नाहीये. आणि आज ऍक्च्युली सिद्धूने आपल्याला तेच दाखवलंय की कोणत्याही वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीने तुम्ही केस सॉल्व्ह करू शकता. जसं ते योगाचे 7 ऍस्पेक्ट असतात, तुम्ही कुठल्याही एका ऍस्पेक्ट मधनं, प्राणायामातनं जा, आसनातनं जा, ध्यानातनं जा, शेवटी मिळतो तुम्हाला देव. तसाच प्रकार आपल्या प्रॅक्टिस मध्ये सुद्धा आहे. जे तुम्ही कराल पेशंट योग्य पद्धतीने नीट होणं हे सगळ्यात महत्त्वाची गोष्ट आहे. अँड दॅट इज what we all seek for. So everything is absolutely.
So thank you, sir. Thank you all the participants and thank you Dr. Sidhu for sharing your inputs in this repertory series. And I'm lucky enough that when I started repertory series, everyone is coming together again to help me in this session. So thanks a lot for all the participants. Today also the session was full, 100 participants were there in today's session also, and tomorrow definitely it will be a big thing. दुसरी गोष्ट अशी की ज्यांना समजा those people who cannot join, all the videos will be uploaded on YouTube channel, so you can get all those video sessions over there again. So those who have missed yesterday's session, it is already uploaded today morning. Anyone can watch that session again. So thank you everyone for being here in this session, and I will ask Vinod to conclude the session. Thank you.